はい、では、ディスコエリジウムザ・ファイナルカットプレイしたいと思います。ようやく PC 版日本語で遊べますね。このゲームですね、3年前に発売されてたんですけど、日本語に対応してなかったんですね。なんで、私もちょっとね、プレイを諦めてたんですけども、昨日、スイッチとプレイステーションで、日本語版が発売されまして、それに伴ってですね、PC 版も日本語対応されたんですね。されたんですけど、なんか不具合があってね、一旦日本語がこれ消えてたんですけどね、日本語でプレイできなくなってたんですけど、また日本語復活しました。なんでね、ようやくね、PC 版、日本語でプレイできます。もう昨日からね、ずっと待ってたんですけども、もう1日以上経っちゃった。今かと、いつできるんだと思って待ってたんですけどね、ようやくできる。どこで待ってんだ。設定をリセットじゃない。もう最初から、アーキタイプ。ちょっと私ね、ネタバレというか、そういうの見たくなくて、ほとんど情報なしで始めてます。これ、キャラクター作成。自分で全部決められるってやつですかね、これ。思想家。独創的なアイデアを生み出す。百科事典。これで全然わからんぞ。神経質。肉体派。仕事はできるがとてつもなくバカ。これ最初どれか選びますかね。正気を失う危険性あり。思想家。神経質でいってみようかな、これ。内陸帝国。プラス1。どういうあれなんだ。手と目の強調。百科事典。これ別か。論理的に考える能力1。精神。体つき。神経質でいってみよう。
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
この第爬虫類の
Ever.
どういうこと？何もしなくていい。
Never, ever.
なんか語りかけてきてるってことか、これ。何もしなくていい。非存在のままでいる。
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
最高だ、もっとくれ。どういうことだよ。 別れたなんとかってのは何のことだ？
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
多重人格みたいな感じですかこれ。いろんな人格が喋りかけてきてる。で、合ってんのかなこれ。その別れたなんとかについて知りたい。
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of Pelagic Zone. Do you
本
really?
当にもう降りる。これで終わっちゃうのこれ。思考の闇を旅したに決まっている。
Alright, nothing down to fuck all borough.
なんもなし島にも行ってみよう。こんな生き物うんざりだと、もうどうにでもなれもあるぞ。なんもなし島に。
Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will.
死の歌を歌ってくれ。やっぱり自責の念に苛まれていたい。
Do you really?
本当に、
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the soul, bloated man meat around you. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again.
You can take it. You're a champion.
中成功。お前はチャンピオンだ。意志力。いや、俺は恐れない。俺はチャンピオンだ。
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound. A
You
clapping
what?
call from hell.
パンツ一丁のおっさん。これが主人公。どういうことや。8時。誰かがテープを引き抜いている。タブキーを直してハイライト。靴左足。こ これ履けんのこれ。これ履いてるわ。体力44、気力5。あ、これズボン履け。履いた。これは割れたな。視覚計算。五分五分。窓ガラスの損害を監視する。
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
俺が自分の拳で割ったのか。
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
衝撃の大きさを監視する。
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside.
俺じゃないかもし
You
れないです。
mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the
この
cold.
片方の靴を探せ。月曜日。
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned
大陸
as
帝国ってどういうこと
punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
再覚中。再覚1だから成功率が低いってこと。もう一回やってみる。
You swoop up
あ、
and
成功した。
snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained.
なあ。合計11で成功か。
What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The
首
most
つりなは
wonderful
思わず。
ones.
電球のチェーン。
Terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact. The lights are off. The blades come squeaking to a halt.
てな感じでね、テキストを読んでいくのが主になるみたいです。まあ、アドベンチャーゲームみたいな感じですかね、これ。まあ、選択によっていろいろ進行が変わってくるというね。概念化プラス暗示マイナス1。暗示マイナス1。精神の基本値プラス5。暗示はもう、これトータルでマイナス4。あ、マイナス4じゃない、4。概念化。内陸帝国、直感、虫の知らせ、覚醒夢、内陸帝国っていうの。よくわからんね、これ。団結心。運動が低いね。才覚。
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world.
あ、なんかそういえば記憶喪失になってるっていう話だったね。
This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through.
成功。
You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. 構わない。おお。あ、顔が。残り回数。 You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
どっかのスーパースター。アルコール依存症末期の顔だ。スーパースターじゃない。
You're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
それ俺がスーパースターだからなんじゃないか。
Please stop.
気味
It's
悪い。
horrible. You're scaring yourself.
表情消して。
Oh my god. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin to your face and now it won't.
汗なくなった。
What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
スーパースター。あくまでもスーパースター。スーパースターの地位。
You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive.
生きてるようだ。百科事典、手強い。不可能。まあこれダイス次第では勝つ可能性あるってことなのね。心の奥底に潜り込む。再挑戦できる。
Like the rest of you,
失
it
敗。
comes from a bad place, somewhere. in the past. That's all you know for now.
電気化学 3%。66が出れば。
It's too late.
おん。
Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary.
また時間経てばできんのかな。
It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease
あ
producing
ー
it.
スクリポイント振ればまたまた挑戦できる。もうない。これはない。これはわかんない。この顔。このおっさんになって、ゲームを進めていくと。これなんかテープ戻すとか言ってなかった。違う。ああ、もうなんもねえや。ってことは一回外出る。おお。氷点下44度。お姉ちゃんいるよ、お姉ちゃん。今51年。あ、天気予報を喋ってる。オフィサー。
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
ディスコダンサー。俺は軍人なのか。
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
どうしてオフィサーって言うん
Because
だ。
you're a police officer, sir.
警察官だからよ。薬中がついてる。警察官。俺を騙してる。
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
俺なんかにフォロワーに任せるか。五分五分。例のあの表情を試す。彼女を肉体的に求めていることを伝える。伝えちゃう。
Try the expression. Come on, why are you still doing this?
これどう言ってんのか。
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural.
She puts out her cigarette.
くねくねしてますね。くねくね。
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
その人がキラリと光る。
And no, it never stops.
マジっすか。
Goodbye.
じゃあねえか。誘ってきたんじゃないのか。おい。吸い殻ペロペロしちゃう。まだ煙が出てる。こう開かないのね。 外出る前にこっちも調べよう。開けてくれよ。開けてくれないのか。
The door is closed.
ドアを回してノックする。
There is no answer.
返事はない。今入ったじゃん。
You hear the shower being turned on.
部屋のドア、シャワーの音が聞こえる。
A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
綺麗なお嬢さん。
The door does not care. The door probably thinks you're a has-been loser too. You feel your funny necktie becoming tighter and tighter around your neck.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still no answer.
かなり強く。
Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
殴って穴を開けちまえばいいんだ。ドアを殴る。ドアを殴
Slam
る。
your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame, and your fist hurts. This was all a very good, normal thing to do.
女からしたらめっちゃ怖いよな、これ。
Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it. That felt good. Everyone is a whore. Now don't. Everyone is a whore. What does that even mean? Breathe in and walk away. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole.
必死すぎるやろ。立ち去ろう。やばい、必死すぎた。外もある。なこれ。
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A cup.
The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly, the garish tie feels very snug.
Or you could not do that. No one is making you.
それを最優先事項にする。
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
これもタスクになる。タバコを手に入れて一服しろ。バールを装備しよう。おお、ここにもいる。靴がある。これじゃない。おお、あった。
There they both are.
ああ、そう。
Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. It's pretty clear a normal
お前普通の警官じゃない。
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
1号室の鍵。これなんだ。マップタブ。これさっきのやつね。鏡。この下に置いていくか。ちょっと女は見逃してやる。夏限定の出入り口。
You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get. You'll
カラオケを是が非でもしなきゃいけない。
People need to know your vast oceanic soul.
途方もなく大きい。
And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. Whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself.
スーパースター。またスーパースター。
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak
歌見
havoc.
つけてこなきゃいけないのか。
Don't worry. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
カラオケを歌え。悲しい曲の入ったテープを手に入れる。
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance. That was disdain in his eyes. Even though he's purposely ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan.
お前俺のファンじゃないらしい。
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
警官なだけじゃなくヒーローでもあったのか。
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero. What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike. いつの間にかそれを全部済ませたのか。どれもやってないってことだね。 No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
何をしたの？
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird.
聞こえないふりして。
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
シルビー。わからないな、これ。落とせ。びっくりした。これが相棒。これは
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an
キム、
orange bomb
キツラギ。
is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
ずっと待ってたんだ。
As you approach, he narrows his
起きてくる
eyes
かもわかん
and
ねえよ。
extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building
団
right
結
now,
し、
if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why? He is your half-brother.
話し合いの兄弟。あ、そうなの？握手する。
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name.
全然違うね。
This is your chance to come up with a really good
最
name
高の
for
名前を
yourself.
つけるチャンス。
Get creative. Conceptualize.
自分で名前を考案する。概念化。
Raphael Ambrosius Gusteau.
ラファエル・アンブロシウス・クストーでいこう。クールだ。
You instinctively run your hand over your multi-patterned orange tie. The sensation of wrinkled silk somehow makes the name sound even cooler.
More classy! Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name, and you're one classy cop.
Yes, well,
スルー
it
され
looks
た。
like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Right. And the interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
死体だって。死体は好きじゃない。
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
いや。
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to be
実
longer
際に
than
下ろしてるのかどうかわからない。
Where it has been hanging for 7 days.
7日間も放置。
We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
本当は警官じゃない。
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. But first, we have to take it down. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Yes. They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Ravachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge?
すでになかった。
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down, I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse, much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I say, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
A painkiller would be good enough now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine.
タバコ
They
で
will
なんとか
take
し
that. So cigarettes will have to do.
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
Lieutenant
Nagamari
Mitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Yes? What do you want to know?
おお、これ全部聞かなきゃダメか。
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security
警備員が
guard who
検
was
知さ
found
れ
hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling and Rails hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
誰も捜査しようとしなかった。なんで
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, All we know is that the tone was muffled, using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Rebachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. That's right. You mean like a brief? Do you want me to... There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's 3 days ago, the RCM emerged. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him. Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to know? No. It's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Sexy になれるんじゃないか。
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was
Cut this boring stuff off immediately. You know what this case is about.
セックス絡みの事件じゃないと生きれるの。
Good point. Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rites. We'll get on it immediately.
セックス殺人儀式で有名。セックスだけがいい。超絶セクシー。
No, not really. Was there anything else?
He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get
じらしてから叩きつける。
Sit on it a bit, then hit him with it.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. That's good. Better still than an imbecile cop-off.
文書間対決。
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
もはや伝説。セクシーで暗く謎めいたどんでん返しがあることを君に分からせる。
What if
おお。
you did it? Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing. And you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
俺かもしれない。
And what has led you to this conclusion? That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass. I find that highly unlikely. It's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So let's get back to it, shall we?
No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice. Like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy. Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
That makes him a Beano-clad, completely uncopped material, if you say so yourself.
メガネ野郎の警官にさせてもらえるとは知らなかった。いや、メガネはクールだよな。
Are they? They're mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good,
失敗。
normal hair yourself.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My
Seoul
father's
region
father was
half.
from Seoul, so was my grandmother.
ソウル人、ソウル出身。
It's not an interesting topic.
キムさんだから。
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
ソウルのことを知りた
You're
い。
barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular at Australia.
レバソウル人。
He's glad to have shut down your question.
No.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. The eyebrow is exercising psionic
念
control.
力。眉毛が念力。どうなってる
Anything the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just a flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall. Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it.
奴隷の立場を受け入れる。静かに耳を
If the lieutenant were an evil man, who knows what sort of havoc he could wreak. Fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCN. He'll only use his powers for the good of the investigation. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain
そう
control of
マ
yourself.
ジか。
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good. Let's change the subject.
尾行してるみたいな。
Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties.
Oh, so you're an unaccountable wreck who has to be supervised. You don't have to take this display of authority. You can disobey.
That's good. Except that I do, Detective. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to spill over into the investigation.
なんかもう
What do you want to
あり
know?
そう。いや、ない。
Good.
わあ、これだけですげえ時間かかるね。いっぱい増えた。バルコニーで話し合い。22時以降。まだ9時。
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
誰だ好きという意味か。
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
もうおばあさんなの。そんな風に見えないけど。
In another time and place, she might have flirted back, but that ship sailed long ago.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew.
口にぴったり。
Hire her on the spot.
ぶちかわさないが。おばあさんなんでしょ。椅子に座ってる。
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
またこっからすごい話が膨らむね、これ。すごいテキストル。
It means I can't use my legs. I was in an accident some years back, injured in the line of duty, as they say.
事故で怪我をした。職務中の事故。綱渡り芸人だった？
Nothing so extravagant, dear. Though what young girl doesn't dream of soaring over a crowd? I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. I hope not. Although the work you are doing for all of us is quite dangerous.
Towering over her in your insignia, you make her feel safe.
権威。いやいやいや、これはさすがにこれはさすがに選べないな、私。
But not you. You're volunteering. So thank you, sweetie.
So you volunteered sometime in the past for the beatdown and hell of bullets. So very you.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
一緒にぶちかまさないか。
Whatever do you mean?
連続殺人鬼を捕まえろ。連続殺人鬼。
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
忘れてた。
I can assure you, with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
本当に？
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
You know where we are, right?
戦場だ。俺たちはみんな死んでる。幽霊。
Now. We are alive in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, and the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is. Yes?
何年？ 週末の時が近い。
Perhaps, dear. Perhaps. But for now, it's just the spring of 51.
She is perturbed by your not knowing what year it is, but not by your mention of the apocalypse. It must be the end times. The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime do you live under? What mode of government?
機械に支配されてる。機械に支配されて
Oh
る。
no, nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own. Certainly no machines. It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, The RCM is all we've got. Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revershoal, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the Revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
本当に損傷していることに気づいた。
You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
金持ちいないんかい。
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
長い。ノザフェド回復アイテム。ああ、これ。
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
え、さっき教えたじゃない。
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the code, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. and I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective. Yes, Detective Crystal. I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
あいつらって誰？
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
お前が殺したの？
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Suddenly he turns up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard.
Oh.
The prey drive says.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't appreciate this. What is this? Do I have to answer him? Is this mandatory?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression unreadable.
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
He ignores you.
おお、無視し始めた。
She went away because none of your business. Oh my god, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it.
Maybe it's he who's obsessed with this Sylvie person. Certainly sounds like it.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-patterned necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
no, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk.
気づかれないように逃げ出す。17%。おい。ん？
One moment you're running like the wind.
ちょ、待て待て待て。失敗。
Suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger, furiously, with both hands. Why?
ん？どういうことやこれ。
That's true. Yes. And it's worrying. But let's not fixate on it. Look at that stupid bartender instead. He has no idea what's going on.
どういうことや。
You and your fuck you fingers floating in the air. Barkeep's got his mouth agape like an idiot. You showed it.
Watch out!
危ない。うわ。ん？
Everything goes dark.
これそれ死んだ人としてこれ。
Back so soon. Those are mysteries of the spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to reveal itself to you. Its mysteries are unholy mystery. You are way cold. Cooler than the bottom of the sea. Too cool for this world. I was wrong to let you go. I should have kept you here. Is it right where you are? Is it terrifying? Have you felt the love?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Are you okay?
No.
Huh?
You have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move.
The chair took the brunt of it. Don't worry.
Are you sure, man?
Yes, yes. Check on him.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place. The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square.
クールなもんしてた。
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there. And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
俺は死んだかと思ったわ。
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. In time or space? That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Yeah.
You could try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
現実について知れ。金持ちは教養がある。完了。ああ、なんか、なんぞこれ、思考キャビネット。いや、なんかめっちゃあるな、これ。研究時間。問題点。内面か。解決さ。これ解決したらこれもらえるの？スキルポイント内面か。 内面化とは、ここにはない。で、どうすんだ？外出る。ん？こっからじゃない。あ、そうか。これだ。冬の間しか使えないんだっけど、夏の間だっけ？どっちだ？これでまた外に出て、こっちに行けばいいね。こっちに死体がある。けど、まずはこっち調べるね。
The RCM in Martinez.
よし。
What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with? Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Even if she didn't write it, she should clean it.
消すべきだ。勝利者として。
Okay.
She's probably not gonna do it.
彼女はしないだろう。
Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Me? I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence.
Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salt since the street sign's messed up. Okay, what do you need? It's there. In the yard, right through the hole in the fence. What do you mean? We're in Martinez, sir. This intersection is called Roundabout North, I think. There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements, the harbor gate, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident probably. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there and a fish market, but that got closed down ages ago.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church.
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but...
In the west is the miracle.
奇跡があります。あ、手強い成功。はあ。
No problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You
あ
have their
あ
body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
手袋手さばきプラス1さらば虫どもこれをあっちの人いるなまあ、ここはちょっとやめとくか。一人話聞くだけですげえ時間かかるわ、これ。まずは死体を見に行く。ん？空き容器。あー、あれか。ここにもいる。お？死体はどこへ？あった。お前何してんねん。お前何しとんや。
Kudos got this.
なんちゅうことしてんのこれ。
Oh yeah, another goofy Kuno.
ど真ん中。
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body. The kid is obviously high.
ハーブで入んなって。
Fuck that. Kuno, yeah, right in the mouthhole.
They pay you no heed or pretend not to notice you.
Shit himself.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
女の子これ。
Fuck no. Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got. Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
The fuck are you calling the third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
ここまでちゃんと
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence.
邪悪な荒い呼吸。
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. Help! Pig's got Kuno. Help! Ray!
女の子これ。
Help! He's got the Kuno help! Everybody, please! He's sticking his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno. His dick is out.
What's your name, Kuno? Somebody, please.
こいつを黙らせる肉体装置。おどう
Thump. The blow connects surprisingly well, leaving your knuckles tingling. Kuno feels it. This was no light tap.
What?
Officer, this is very far from normal police conduct. Get yourself
しょ
together.
うがないでしょうこれ。
For heaven's sake, he thinks, this has gone too far. Don't make this any worse than it is. Just get back to questioning the kid.
Okay, Pig.
If this act was about him trying to establish dominance over you, it's safe to say things didn't go as he'd planned.
Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything.
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only her eyes are alive, jumping from
こう女の子
actor
い
to
ねえ
actor.
な。
Okay, Pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want?
もはや伝説。
He's on your
Shit,
crime
fine.
scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Fuck no. What are you? Fucking mentally handicapped?
Kuno, they've almost made you a snitch now.
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet over the hammer.
Ah, ああそうか。
Shitload, Pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind.
Kuno's fucking. Kuno uses the fucking for target practice.
End of conversation. Very strong. You should be this stoic.
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You ain't Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revershot. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking Mesco or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
You're testing Kuno's patience, yeah?
Get lost.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. You're dreaming, pig. That's not how this shit works.
A little. but don't expect anything to change.
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno. Fuck his fat ass.
The fuck about it?
終わりか。
You're testing Kuno's patience.
Get lost.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
あ、ここにいんのか。こう開けれる。
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too. We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
お、こいつってかこれ女の子。
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff the
少
shit
女
out,
って
I think.
もっとなんか違う絵はなかったのこれ。
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
I come from the woods, good David. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing her. Get the fuck out of here.
お、これ終わり？
I'll die before I squeal, pig. What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, pig.
I'll die before I squeal. Murder was the case they gave me. I'll die before I squeal, pig. You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
I'll die before I squeal.
なんもねえ。刺したい。
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
もはやです。8%。吐き気を我慢して鼻から手を離す。
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth. More instant and more familiar than anything you expected. More fever than odor.
吐く。
It fills your mind.
うえ。
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Keep it.
悪いな。
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. Use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell,
耐えられる。
unlike you.
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the
ん
white
シュー
check.
トエージェント。
Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
ああ。ほ
Activity K. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
いやもう吐いたよ。
About to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
いやもう吐いたんだけど。それだけ調べないの？ああ、アンモニアを手に入れてから。これ走れないのかな。まあ走れないよな。塩くれ塩。
Again, officer. How are things? Sure. I'm
Oh.
done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave.
塩。あ、ここか。ハンカチ。ハンカチ売れるのか。
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
できるようになる
Is
と。
all it does now.
Activity K. It's okay to throw up, officer.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
The ammonia only makes it
失って
worse.
失敗。
The combination forces tears out of your ducts.
ダメじ
The
ゃん。
second time, not so
ちょ
much. When the vomiting is done,
また吐い
she's
て。
all wet with tears.
Now does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
What 他の問題を解決しに
That's
来た。
probably a good idea. Clear our heads. But before we can do that, you need to get your shit together.
俺はもう十分気合入ってるんだ。
No, it's not, officer.
うん、わかった。
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this
Cool.
dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
ほ
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together, then come back and have
30分後。堆積クソ圧縮機。ちょっと待って、こっちか。今、ちょっと待って。今何つったっけ？装備して習得しろ。思考キャビネットか。前の草はバラバラ。これ内面化させる。これ30分でこれを取得するってこと？ほほ。なんかある。回復アイテム。金銭。これはいけない。とりあえずここまでにしときますかね。ちょっとね、時間が時間だけに、ちょっとまあ早くプレイしたくてこんな時間に、プレイしちゃいましたけど、さすがにちょっとこの辺で一回やめときますかね。まあこんな感じで、ほとんどテキストを読んで進めていくゲームみたいですね。一応 RPGってことなんですけど、戦闘のない RPG って言われてるみたいで、ほとんど今みたいなテキスト読んで、アドベンチャーゲームみたいな感じですよね。だからこれ好き嫌いがかなり分かれると思いますけど、自分的にはこう面白い。自分的にはね、ここまでやったけど面白いですよ。会話をね、ちょっとね、一応全部選択しなきゃね、ちょっと気が済まないんで、ちょっとね、だいぶ時間がかかりますけど、また続きプレイしたいと思います。今回はここまででありがとうございました。またよろしくお願いします。